Hey guys, I hope you're all doing great as always. This video, I have kind of a bizarre story for you. It's still a cryptid, but it's a little more on the crazy side. It is from Chicago, and yeah, that's pretty much the intro right there. Pull up a stump, like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. Let's jump into it. So, something happened to me that I think I need to talk about and just get it off my chest. I was living with my folks in a town near Chicago, and I do contract work as a network technician while studying at the local college. My mom works for a small telephone and internet company as a secretary, small as in 4 people. I know the owner pretty well. He'll often hire me for jobs. He's generally a pretty nice guy. So on a Tuesday, he calls me and that they're moving to a different office nearby and they need some networking gear organized and put into a new storage unit tomorrow. It's paid and I have nothing better to do since the coronavirus is taking all my work away. So I agree. The next day it's raining. I get a call and the boss man suggests that I wait for it to let up a bit so the boxes don't get soaked and ruin all the gear inside. So I sit there and wait a while and the rain lets up a bit, so I head out. I get there and start loading the boxes into my mom's Ford since it's bigger than my car. I take them to the storage unit and I get them all nice and organized. The storage complex is between a highway and about an acre of a forested area. I worked for UPS for 2 years, so this is nothing. I make a few runs and the unit is actually looking pretty nice. Well, partway through with my third, the rain picks up a little bit and it actually starts pouring like crazy. It had been raining all day off and on and we've been getting flooding, but this was really heavy rain. So I can't get the boxes from my car to the unit in this rain, so I just kind of get comfy inside the unit and I put on some jazz music, don't judge, and I start working on fixing the MacBook for another client. So I spend about 2 hours working on this MacBook while I wait for the rain to clear up, and it's pretty cozy in here to be honest. But the rain just keeps getting worse. It's not very cold out though, and it's only at about 3 in the afternoon, so I'm fine just hanging out in here, I guess. I finished with the MacBook a while ago, and now I'm just chilling listening to my jazz. Then I start hearing this smashing noise from nearby. It sounds like something hitting metal. And at first I think that maybe there was a car crash on the nearby highway, but then I realize it's coming from the other direction, and I really don't want to go outside and get wet and see what it is. And I tell myself, whatever, some guy probably dropped something or something like that, nothing serious. This is a public area, 200 feet from a busy highway. It's raining, but they're still in the middle of the day, and I even saw other people there earlier, so I don't really have any fear about this, and I'm not really nervous about it. So I keep working on something else, but I keep hearing various banging noises. I'm going to feel like a real dickhead if I find out tomorrow that somebody was hurt out there and I didn't bother checking. After I argue with myself back and forth, I think, fine, I'll go check. The rain has let up just a little bit, but it's still pouring pretty hard. So I head out and around the corner looking for the noise, and I see this massive hole in the fence leading to a little forest area, and I see this white thing moving near the dumpster by a fence. I should be wearing my glasses, but I lost them a month ago, and I haven't bought new ones because I'm poor. And that's just kind of how it is here. I spend 1/100th of a second thinking, oh, is that a big garbage bag under the dumpster? And then I think, that's not a garbage bag. Garbage bags don't have arms, and they don't click either. So, to be clear, just saying, I'm not in some deep forest or ancient tunnel. This is the middle of the day, and I'm not in some abandoned farmhouse. I'm in the middle of a small town, and I can hear traffic on the highway less than 300 feet away. I didn't smell anything rotting, or there was no weird time stop or anything. I didn't even feel a sense of unease or nervousness. I was just really confused as to what I was seeing. And at this point, like I said, I'm just confused and I'm trying to get a closer look at the thing. And I may be about 150 feet away from it, and I can see that it looks like a big bag of skin under there, but there's these massive white spike looking things poking out from under it. And I keep hearing the clicking noises. And I say, hello? Who's that? and I immediately regret yelling this out. Why would I do that? This is the kind of thing that you get mad at for people in a horror movie doing, and I was just a dumbass and did it. And then the thing must have heard me, because something big squeezes out from underneath the dumpster. It's like a massive pile of skin and spiky bits, like 4 feet tall, and then it stands up, I guess, and now it's much taller than me, like 6'5". It looks like if you took a spider, reversed its body, made it pale white, and slapped big pointy arms on it. It has a weird pointy and angular body to it, kind of like a crayfish or a spider or something, but clearly just fleshy instead of hard, except for the tips of the arms and legs. The, quote, face is just smooth and flat except for a slit on each side of its head and a recession at the bottom full of little moving things. I didn't get a good look, but I think they looked like crayfish mouth parts. Even where I'm from, I can tell that this is covered in tons of scratches and bruises. The creature is clearly not happy. It doesn't seem to mind being in the rain, but every time there's thunder, it flinches really hard. It also seems to be spitting up a large amount of water out of its mouth or something. And it's the weirdest thing, I can hear it clicking louder now, not like a bat or a dolphin. It sounded more like a typewriter or somebody like flicking a lighter. And inside, I start kind of losing my shit, freaking out. And I think, this is not possible. I don't know what I'm seeing. I live in a decently sized city. There's no forest, there's no swamps or deserts or whatever this is to hide in. The forest nearby is like an acre, and you'd be able to see through if not for the small hill that's in the middle. But obviously this thing doesn't give a crap if it's possible. It's moving toward me, but thankfully it's not very fast, or at least it doesn't look very fast at this point. I quickly think, I don't know what this is, and I have no weapons, and my car is 100 feet away around the corner, and I don't know how fast or dangerous this thing is either. So I slowly start backing away. I'm too scared to let it out of my sight. I start yelling progressively louder, hoping somebody will hear me. Hello? Hello, help? Anyone help, please. It starts moving faster, clicking more rapidly. It moved kind of like a crab, with the 6, I think they were legs, at the bottom, moving it around while the 2 arms were raised up kind of like a claws or feelers type thing. I try to move faster to get away, but I'm still too terrified to turn away from it. I end up awkwardly going backwards and running into a concrete boulder and screwing up my back really bad. It's moving really quickly now. It's about 20 feet away from me. I'm absolutely terrified, but I grab a loose piece of asphalt and get ready to try and smash it in its weird mouth parts. Suddenly, there's a loud truck horn on the highway nearby. It starts flinching again. I take my chance to cower it out. I throw a rock at its head and miss by quite a ways, but I haul ass away. Eventually, it seems like forever, but I reach the row of storage units that my car is in. I get in and start the engine and peel the hell out. I go to get out of the storage complex and there's no time for codes, so instead I do something incredibly stupid. I get out of my car, scale the fence, start running across the busy highway into a graveyard, and that's kind of where most of the excitement ends. Instead of turning into another weird tale like you'd usually hear, the graveyard was fine. I ran to a nearby church and the little parish office lady let me in and let me use her phone to call the police. Obviously I couldn't tell them that I saw this weird skin spider monster that sounds like a typewriter, but I did tell them that somebody with guns needs to get there ASAP. I tell them I saw a shifty looking man waving a pistol around the self-storage center. I waited at the chapel for one to arrive and thanked the old lady. The cop asked me some random questions, but I just gave pretty vague answers. I didn't need to lie about screwing up my back either, because I did indeed back into a concrete bollard. Eventually the cops found nothing there. There was another guy in the storage area at the time who had heard someone scream, but wasn't sure where it was coming from and wasn't able to find me before I ran out of there. And I'm not an artist, but I tried to draw what I saw, and I'll put that picture right around here somewheres. I should mention that I had to go back there today. There was no rain, it was nice and sunny, but even though I reported an armed and dangerous homeless man to the police, the work still needed to be done, and my mom wanted to do it, but I wasn't going to let her do it since I'm not going to let my own mother go there and get eaten by typewriter skin spiders, so I tell her that I'll go there and finish the job. I do so, and it was completely uneventful. I saw one cop there just keeping a lookout, who nearly jumped out of his skin when I said hello, but nothing else was wrong. So as unbelievable as that may sound to some of you, I am going to entertain it for a second. If this thing did indeed live there, then it's probably possible that it lives in the forest somewhere, and that there's some kind of crevice or a small cave, even that's small enough that you can walk right by, because it's clearly flexible, since it was able to hide under a dumpster. And the reason why it was probably out in the rain was that its little crevice probably got flooded, and it got bruised and scratched up trying to get out of it, and it was trying to find somewhere else to hide. So it might use echolocation or something like that, but in a wide open area, it ain't going to work too well. So it's obviously adapted to life underground, and because it's like perfectly white and all that stuff. So obviously it doesn't really see kind of thing because it's used to the dark. But once it got to the surface, like I said, it was trying to hide under something. It might use echolocation, like I just said, which doesn't work well in the rain or open spaces. But when he yelled at it, it may have got a better sense that there's something here, I should go this way. Or it was going to eat him. It's really hard to say, because when the truck horn went off and when it thundered, it would kind of really affected it, so it made it flinch really hard. But anyways, that's me just entertaining it. You can let me know what you think it was. Have you heard of something like this in the Chicago area? If you have, let me know. If not, then I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing. If you want to, I have a PayPal or a Patreon that I'll leave links to in the description. You can send in a story if you have one. There's an email for that down there. And yeah, I thank you for pulling up a stump, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.